NMF TV. Silence your radio, kill your television. NMFTV.com.
This episode of The Riot was brought to you by John Robert Powers. We make it happen.
Alright, I guess we're live. This is a really good guess. Hello, welcome to another edition of The Riot. What's it today? Wednesday the 18th? 17th?
It's a Wicked Wednesday. Hello, my name is Joyce.
And my name is Chewy. It's the 17th.
Yeah, he has it on his shirt. You won't forget it.
Yeah.
You won't also forget mine because I'm the boss and I have it on my shirt.
I'm the boss.
I'm bossy.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, welcome to the show. It's the second episode of the third season of The Riot. Hopefully, you guys are still tuned in and entertained by some extent, level, or variety. But how are you guys? How are you, Chu? What's new?
I'm well, thank you very much. Nothing really. I met my heroes yesterday, so I'm pretty happy about that.
You met your heroes,
Yeah.
and by heroes, you mean...
The people. I was gonna say yung security guard na gumaganon sa akin. No, my musical heroes. Sila, I met Joey G of Side A yesterday, and Top Cesar and Chinky Vidal, and I had a really, really good conversation with Top about music. We were having it downstairs, but yeah, it's just really different. Na one day you're just listening to their music, tapos nakasalang ka na next to them, and then you're like this close to Joey G, and then it's different. Alam mo, and it's my job not to get starstruck, but deep down inside, it's my job.
You're kind
to
of
be,
freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like that girl that was at a fundraiser. I did this on my show earlier. She was at a fundraiser in the mall in London. Her name is Sydney something, and she was singing an Ed Sheeran song. And then Ed Sheeran suddenly was walking around in the mall, and then he came up on stage and started singing along with her.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that video. I need to see that.
I'll show you later. Sydney something. Bordeaux. I think Sydney Bordeaux was the girl's name. Search for her on YouTube. She has the video up.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is great. I think that's what makes musicians very, very special, because you always just see them on stage doing their music, not much in the talking part. So when you get to see them and experience their presence in a situation where they're not playing their music but talking about their music, talking about something else, it's really magical, especially if there's somebody that you love. I experienced that with the number one person that I love from local music, which is Gary Valenciano.
Oh my God.
My life peg forever. I grew up listening to his music because people don't see it, but I did grow up in a Christian family, and we celebrated his music a lot. And growing up, he was the reason why I started to write and sing music. So when I got to interview him, I literally bawled out afterwards. It was insane. I did it in Music Museum, and afterwards, when we were in the van already with the rest of the staff, my staff literally was just freaking out because I was crying so much. As in hagulgol levels. So it's crazy. It's always good to have those moments, and it's especially magical if they're really kind to you. And most of the times, the most successful and most talented ones are really kind. So it's great.
Unlike yung makikita mo lang sa restaurant na humihingi pa ng TF, pag walang TF, nagkakaubo bigla.
Oh gosh, wow. You just pulled that out. If you guys haven't gone to, what's the name of that place?
Kasi walang bayad, wala pa silang bayad sa amin eh.
Oh,
so
man.
walang plug yan, pero masarap dun. Yan. Okay.
Well, let us know if you have any experiences with people like that, people that you look up to who are great and amazing to you and super kind, or also, as you mentioned, there are some people who just don't know their place in the world. You can tweet us at The Riot PH, at Joyce Spring, and at Twitter.
Yes.
What is happening tonight, Chu?
Tonight we got some of the Titas of Manila stuff happening. We're gonna be starting it off with Team Amiga. I don't know if you guys heard about this. It's been all over the internet with Team Amiga. And then we'll go down to perhaps yung Tita shirts. Have you ever seen one of those? No. Okay. Well, We'll show you some pictures.
Oh, I've seen one. The Opo tita, ikaw din tumaba.
Yeah. And of course, syempre, what would tonight be without saying a couple of tita remarks? You know, yung compliment na tagong insulto.
That's
diba?
correct.
Yan.
It actually, all of my I have three aunts. My mom is the second eldest in 4 sisters.
Second eldest. There's only one eldest.
Second eldest, one.
Second from the eldest.
Second from the eldest.
So
what you call second eldest?
Doesn't make sense.
Don't argue with me. Anyway,
Go
that's
Lolo.
Okay. And all 3 are in different countries. So 2 are in Japan and 1 is in the States. So I seldom get tita remarks, but my parents make sure that they do all the awkward conversations with me. And for example, my dad walked into my room a couple of nights back, and for the past few nights since I quit smoking, hey, this marks my 1st week, my 1 week of quitting smoking. I've been clean for 1 entire week. Thank you.
We have one proud person of you.
Yes, we do have you. 1 fake and 1 true proud person.
Naghahanap pa rin ako ng TF eh.
Ever since I quit smoking, I seldom go out anymore since I don't want to be in environments where I am going to be lured into prone to smoking. So my dad walks into my room and he goes, "Sabay ka pa rin?" And this is me. I like to listen to classical music at home. So I was blasting classical Chopin here and reading John Maxwell, which is the most tita thing that anyone could think of doing.
Pretty tita right
on
now.
A Friday night.
Not just Tita Donya.
It's
pretty Donya.
It's because I love my readings and I love my classicals. You know that. And then I go, yeah, I'm always at home. And he goes, I know. Wala ka pa mang boyfriend? And then I go, wala pa. Obviously, wala ka pang nakikilala.
Tito, nakilala mo na.
And then he goes, wala kang balak mag-boyfriend?
It's a different story when your parents say the same thing. My mom told me the same thing. Anak, hindi ka nagpapakilala ng babae dito. Baliw ka kasi.
Hey, I met your mom recently. She was nice.
Yeah.
So, those situations, if they are, what is so funny?
Perfect yung topic natin kasi nakalala mo din yung tita ko who said something really funny about me and you.
What did she say?
Basta, we'll get to it when we get to the topic.
So we'll be back after a break? Is that what's happening?
Let's take a quick break. Sorry.
Tell me, what is football for you?
Wow. Football, that's my livelihood. That's my life. My life revolves around sport. That's it. I mean, everything is there. If it's not football, it's nothing else.
And we're back.
Sino nag-message sa akin? May nag-message sa akin. Sobrang bilis lang ng ad. Pagkapasok, chewy nandito na pala. Okay, go.
Welcome back to The Riot. What's up? My name is Joyce.
Oh my God, Chewy.
And tonight we are talking about the Titas of Manila. My friends and I, who love to stay at home or do just tita-ish stuff. What's the adjective for tita stuff?
Tita Stubbs.
Tita stubs.
All right.
I don't understand what Andrew wrote, that's why I'm having. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Roll the title card. Yeah. Is it still classical music, Ange? We changed it. To what?
Tita music.
What's tita
What
music?
is tita music?
Think of your tita.
Thank you for the music, the
Alba.
songs I'm singing.
Ah.
You know how tita I am? A friend of mine, Denise Malyabo, God bless her soul, gave me a macho shirt.
Pinatay mo.
A macho shirt.
Machong chismis.
A macho shirt. A macho wife beater. And you know what's
Oh, okay.
what's on what she printed?
What?
The Carpenters.
I like that. Actually, that's not that bad. I actually would I'd wear that.
I'd
Yeah,
wear it.
I'd
I love it. Okay, anyway, continue. What are we talking about tonight?
Yeah, so let's start with Team Amiga. This thing has been going around in social media lately, especially Twitter, coming from a editor of a magazine where she was claiming she was at a coffee store.
Who we had already on the show.
No,
Ellie. Oh, that's my show.
that's your show.
Oh, I had already on my show.
Whoops. Wala pa ka dito nun. Interesting pa to nun. So, yeah, so you had... Oh, you did? Yung isa pa? Or yung first one? Or yung second one?
I don't remember. I just remember that I had her on the show. I've been with NMF TV for so long. I don't know why they still keep me. Continue. And my producer laughs at the back of the camera going, yeah, we don't know either.
Don't worry, sandali na lang din ako dito.
Okay.
Tanggal na ako. Anywho, yeah, so apparently she was hearing over Titas having coffee. And ito. Ayan, yan.
Sitting next to a group of mid-40 amigas at Starbucks, and one of them is asking the two others for advice because she slept with her ex-husband. Do we have the rest of the screen caps?
We do.
Let's move
Medyo
on.
mahaba to. Go ahead. 26, go. Let's get to it.
Actually, honestly, I can't believe I slept with him, but I had so much wine kasi from what I gather, she remarried and is still married. Oh my gosh, how was it? Amiga number 2 asking me the important questions.
Yep.
Eh, syempre, it felt familiar, di ba nga, I always told you he was better than Alfie. Poor Alfie is her husband now. Stay tuned. Naku, when did this happen? Has he texted you after it happened? Amiga number 3 engages in the conversation after lighting a stick of SC, that is a...
super slim.
Super slim, yeah. Tita cigarette. Last night, it was Michelle's birthday, so you all went to Spiral. That is
Okay.
super tita. And I bought a bottle of wine. She trails off with a look of regret. I don't understand how she saw this. Ay nako, yun talaga. Kami ni Mike, when it gets boring in the bedroom, we roleplay. Amiga number 2.
Mike, I guess, is her husband.
Next. But that's you and Mike. I was drunk. Pero sa totoo lang, na-miss ko siya. Amiga number 1. Get your shit together. Maybe it's because busy din kasi si Alfie lately with Novartis. I have needs. Amiga number 1 tries to justify your cheating. Keep your legs together, Raquel. Kaya nga may vibrator eh. Amiga number 2 wins award at live. Okay, just to, let's not read through the whole thing. You can visit her Twitter at @4Alice.
She deleted it.
All of the tweets.
Okay, so I think she deleted it because of the backlash, I suppose, of what's been happening. Because I read somewhere, a guy said this actually... Oh, BuzzFeed. A guy said this actually kind of is just like Sex and the City.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, but why did she delete it?
Did she delete the conversation or her whole Twitter?
Okay.
Just those tweets.
Okay, talk more about it, and I'm gonna try to figure out why she deleted her tweets.
I'm gonna tweet her right now. Why the fuck did you delete that stuff?
I'm just gonna check out why, but I'll tell your opinion about it and what has been the reaction online, and I'll tell you what I thought of it when I saw it on my own Twitter feed because I follow Ellie on Twitter as well, and then I follow her and I see this happening live, right? And then I saw it on my Facebook. I didn't think it would go that far, but I did. So it caught on with a lot of people. BuzzFeed picked it up. Bianca Gonzalez picked it up. A whole lot of other celebrities picked it up. And the whole social media bandwagon, of course, was happy again. Tell them more about it, Chewy.
Yeah. So basically what it was ayun nga, she was having a coffee and then she was picking up conversation. But a lot of backlash came through where some people were saying that maybe this is fabricated because she is hyping up something, I suppose, perhaps. Or maybe ayun nga, it's just promotion, self-promotion. I mean, how... a question came by, how could you really tweet one... basically, how could you compose 140 characters and then still keep it going like bap, 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 right? Personally, if it was real, I'm not saying it's not real, I'm not saying it's real. If it was real, damn, give me that Tita's number. Next, if it wasn't real, congratulations, because you did what you really need to do. We're talking about it now. BuzzFeed picked up on it. And I mean, BuzzFeed is read all around the world. It has headquarters around the world. So, I mean, if you really needed the attention to promote something or to... what magazine does she work for?
Stash.
Yeah, or to promote the magazine, then congratulations. You got it, man. Because I'm sure your readership went up. But again, I'm not saying this as a bad thing. I'm saying it because you're an effing genius, man. I think that's just such a genius move if it's fabricated.
I honestly think nobody can make such a detailed account of something so tita. Because this happens to me all the time. Like, I am so observant of everything and everyone around me that I see things like these. It's just that I have a personal thing for me where I don't tweet other people's businesses. First of all, because I have a lot of followers. Second of all, because I think I wouldn't want the same thing to happen to me if I were in the other end of the line. I honestly feel like if it was fabricated, that she wouldn't delete what happened, because good or bad publicity, she will still have appreciated the attention that she was getting. But I have a feeling that it was true because since if it were true, then it amounted to something. You know, it did. Yeah. It wasn't just, she wasn't just out there to get attention. Ellie is a type, and since I follow her Twitter, I have seen her tweet random things like these. Like she would tweet, "Let's make art, let's make out," something like that.
Let's make art, let's make out.
Right? No, I mean, exactly. It's random things that are clever, and I thought maybe she assumed that this was something clever to tweet about, and which was funny as well too. So my only take on it is that I wish it just didn't happen, because it just glorifies the whole idea of how social media works for our worst part sometimes, which is to gossip or to talk about other people's businesses and lives. And granted that they're more entertaining than ours, and granted that they were being so loud, so much so that other people could hear what they were talking about. I think it's a personal social responsibility and character responsibility to filter out the things that you're going to put out there, because as this example goes, sometimes you don't know who's going to pick it up. You know, like I tweeted something really stupid last night, which was, "Oh, alam niyo ba, merong asawa dito si Akon sa Philippines, pangalan niya, alam mo kung saan siya nakatira? Sa Smack That, Olonga po, Smack That." It's a really stupid tweet, but 300 people retweeted it, 300 plus people. It's funny, but people picked up on it the way I didn't think it would have picked up. The idea being that whatever you put out there is available for everyone else to see. And if what it is that you put out there is somebody else's business, somebody else's personal life, somebody else's marriage that could be ruined if somebody actually pinpointed everything and was like, "Alfie, pangalan ng wife, ng ex-husband ng wife mo ngayon si ganito, diba? Tapos wala ka." And then, lives would be... And then they also found out that there's an Alfie that works in Novartis, as our producer just said.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Also, it's not just tweeting personal stuff from other people. You also, if you have personal opinions on certain things, your secret hate or whatnot, social media and blogging used to be the area where you can do it.
Yeah.
But now, when you apply for jobs or let's say when your bosses suddenly find the sphere of social media, they'll find that stuff. If you talk crap about them,
or about anyone at that, because they're gonna figure out, oh, if she's capable or he's capable of talking about that, in that way about somebody else, then she could probably do it to somebody who works in the company if we ever hire her.
Exactly. I don't know if I had this conversation with you. I think we did. That if you need to see the true test of a person, see how they treat a service person. Like, did we
I think we talked about this last week.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. So, mga ganun.
So, just in general also, like yesterday I was doing a painting and then I posted my painting, half of the face of my painting on Instagram, and some random dude just commented going, siguro hindi niya napantay yung isang mata, kaya she didn't post it. And I was like, dude, I passed UP Fine Arts, and so I posted another work of art. Not to prove anything to anyone, but the fact is, as much as I am confident with my skills in art, because somebody struck me down saying, "I don't think you're adept enough to have finished the entire face, that's why you didn't post the entire thing." It just gives me so much negativity. It gave me so much negativity, you know? And that banal thing that we think is so small just affects people in so many large ways. It's like what Dr. Maya Angelou says, words are said. Words are like things. They attach to the walls. They attach to your skin. They become who you are. So be careful what you talk about, what you put out there. As little as you think it may be, it can be something so large to so many other people.
So you can make this a large...
Wow, from Titas of Manila, ito yung
so
naging conversation.
You can make this a large thing. Ano yung username ng gago nun? Hindi, wala akong pakialam. Feeling mo may talent ka, gago. Ikaw nga mag-painting, hinayupak ka.
I posted it on my blog, and I was like, there is art to be made in the world, and we need more hands to create rather than to destroy. So if you can't say anything kind, beautiful, or alleviating to the people and the surroundings that you have in your life, or that you think would be looking at your Twitter, Instagram, social media feeds, just don't post it.
Yeah.
The only way that words and ideas can be evil is if you put it out there. It's human nature that you're always going to have a bad side. I can think of killing Chewy, but if I don't go on killing Chewy and just keep it in my head, it's you know.
I can think of killing Chewy too. I think of it every morning.
No. So that's our Titas of Manila, or that is our Team Amiga story for you. Sorry, Ali, I love you, but that's kind of crass. A little bit, just a little bit. But to each his own. If you guys enjoyed it, great, well and good. A beautiful, smart woman, Bianca Gonzalez, enjoyed it very much, so something must have been right in that thread. But we move on to our next topic for tonight.
Let's go straight to handling tita remarks right now, yeah. Or you know what, could we show the tita, let's just show the shirts real quick. Let's breeze through them, yeah.
Yan yung kailan ba kayo magpapakasal?
Ayan. Yan ba yan? Dalawa lang? Okay. Alright, cool. So, let's go to tita remarks right now. We have the first one. I mean, this is basically handling tita remarks. Everybody has that tita. Not even tita. Fuck, we have
we have a kid in the room. That's
this is wrong place. Told you, wrong place. Wala na akong pakialam. We even cousins, and it's not just necessarily related to tita. It's the titos and titas that you call tito and tita. And they're around you. Na they mean good.
Yeah.
Pero yung it comes across as really you had to ask that.
Really, you had to say that. I have a theory that every legit Filipino family has a tita baby.
My mom is my tita baby.
Exactly. See, every legit. Do you have a tita baby?
Yes.
Do you have a tita baby? Oh, my theory must be real.
Guess who my dad is?
Who?
Tito boy.
Really?
Yeah.
See, it's tita baby or tito boy or tito June. Yeah.
I never had a Tito
Mang
June.
June.
I have a Mang June in my life before, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's my theory. Anyway,
Yeah.
as I've mentioned earlier, I don't have a lot of titas here, but we did have a tita moment last week when Chewy and I were on the way to Tagaytay for our dear Talia's birthday. So we passed by his house, and his parents and his tita and tito were there.
Yeah.
So we walk in, and Chewy introduces me going, Mapa, or whatever, this is Joyce, she's my friend, la 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 la. And your tita goes,
Friend only? Not girlfriend? And I go, no.
And I'm just literally 3 inches away from her, and I'm like, Chewy,
no.
hindi ba ako na-inform?
Yeah, no, and then when I said, no, tita, no, just our friend, she goes, but why? Like something happened, but why? But did you die?
But did you die? And
Yeah.
she rode with us the entire time.
Yeah, I'm glad you fell asleep because they had more stuff to say. But I'm like, tita, please shut up. Magising yan bigla.
So how do we handle these things? We have had our fair share of awkward, really, I hate you right now, tita, kind of situations. And most of the time, we'd like to smack them in the head just to knock some sense into them. But how do we properly handle it, Chewy? What do you think?
Well,
Like, how did you properly handle it last week?
Ay, hindi. Kasi this is a special kind of tita to me. This tita to me is kind of close to me. So, tinawanan ko lang. Kasi I like the whole car ride, di ba, nagtatawanan na kami. So, tinawanan ko lang, and then, ayun, wala lang. But if it was like any other tita, wala. Ganun din. No, tita, tanggal naman matita na. Dapat na sa will na ako niyan. Pag ano kita.
Okay. For me, I've always programmed myself to think that when I do grow up to become a tita one day, I'm sure of it that I will say something stupid like that at some point in time to some random poor souled niece or nephew of mine. So I always treat the situation as how I would want to be treated when I am in the other end of that situation one day. So it's either I make fun of them, no, tita, hindi ako kasing landi niya eh. Or I go, no, tita, I'm too young pa, I'm focused pa with work eh. Which is when you make them uncomfortable about it. Na parang, nga naman, bata pa siya, bakit natin siya problemahin sa ganyan?
Ito diba? Yung tinatanong ka kung kailan ka ba pakapakasan.
Parang, ay, tita, wala pa po akong boyfriend. Hanggang ngayon, tita. I know, mahirap po paniwalaan kasi ang ganda ko po. Pero wala pa po talaga.
Yeah.
So I think you handle these things with humor or with grace. As with any situation, awkward situation, it's either with humor or with grace. You handled it with grace. I handled it with really crass humor.
I know. Usually pag sobrang awkward, tahimik lang ako doon. Tapos utat ano.
Just to break the silence.
Sorry, tita, awkward eh. Mga ganun. We said something right during the break. It says, wag puro trabaho, wag puro career. What can you say about that? Because I have just discovered my new sense of busy. But this has been something for you. Because like I was saying, yung mommy at daddy ko goes, kailan ka ba talaga magkakatrabaho ng ano totoo?
And my parents and everyone around me are always, huwag ka kasing puro trabaho, masyado kang masungit, masyado kang busy, masyado kang madaming ginagawa.
Did you say basic?
Busy.
Akala, you're such a basic
bitch.
Yeah.
No, I always tell people that in all honesty, that I want to create something bigger than myself, which is not a baby. I want to create something bigger than myself that could actually help other people. And if that requires me to a lot more time for my career and not for my personal life, I don't mind. And I always tell people, my dad will always remind me and would always continually tell me that you do not have to worry about the right man coming along. Just worry about becoming the right woman first. Because if you are even if the right man comes along, if you're not the right woman, not for him, but for yourself, if you have not fulfilled whatever purpose it is that you think you have for yourself, and the right man does come along, you won't be the right woman. So be the right woman first and let the right man come along. To all of my ladies out there, remember, you're worth it.
I have no advice for guys. Nandi lang kayo na nandi, okay lang yan. Kasi eventually, magiging right woman daw siya eh.
No, I think it's the same thing with men. Like, if you are the right... That's
if you were the right man, you'd hop on a plane and come home, diba? Mga ganyan.
Yeah, mga ganyan.
Mga ganyan.
Or the other stupid thing that I read, like if you are rich and successful, the women will come, which is very
that's not true. Yeah, they'll come, but then they'll come with a different type of purpose.
Oh,
yung money, the gold diggers.
Akala.
Guys, hindi man puro bastos yung iniisip ko. Siyempre iniisip ko din minsan, diba?
Don't say things like that.
Naka-John Robert Powers na tayo. Medyo nag-iisip muna ako, diba?
Nakakulay ng lips ko.
Yan. Yeah, may kakulay ako, pero hindi ko pwede pakita eh.
Ano?
Yan. Namasa-masa. Hindi, joke lang.
What?
Wag na. Mamaya na, pakita ko sa'yo.
I don't get it.
Basta, pakita.
Okay. What's your next topic for today? What?
5 minutes?
5 minutes? Darn it.
We just started.
Okay, 5 minutes. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. Let's say our goodbyes. It takes 5 minutes to say goodbye. But we wanna tackle down attending concerts. I think this is something of our field. Joyce is always in concerts. So as a performer, and then we'll go to as somebody that worked concerts. from before. So as a performer, pet peeves, attending concerts, one thing that you'd like to see, one thing that you see that kind of annoys you, one thing that you like people, like you'd like seeing in people go.
Something that really annoys me is if people just go like this the entire time.
Yeah. Uy, branding yan. Yan. iPad. So,
Or yung sobrang laki ng iPad nila. Or halimbawa, yung... I hate this when I go to
mga ganyan,
concerts.
mga dalawa.
I hate this when I go to concerts where I usually watch concerts alone, right? So I have two ladies here.
Oh?
And the performer is there. He's right there. And then the lady goes, picture mo ako, dali. Tapos, gano'n sila. Tapos may flash pa ako.
But you know who that
Nanonood po ako.
But you know who that worked on? There was this girl that was at a Beyonce concert. And then Beyonce totally went up to her for the selfie. And then si Bamboo yata yung last year kinuha yung cellphone tapos ginaganyan.
I do that sometimes on my
Yeah.
show too. But you appreciate it because you know that people want to preserve that moment. But
Yeah.
to some extent, you want them to experience also the kind of performance that you
Exactly.
have and not see it through a lens when you can actually see it through, when they can actually see it through their eyes. So it's a positive and negative thing. I think as with anything, it's just balance. If you take your video, your favorite song, whatever, and then afterwards just go on and enjoy the show. I especially love it when we do bar gigs because people just go there to have some fun and listen to live music.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So those are the things I dislike and I like at the same time. From your end, how was it?
I just wanna... Pagbalik mo ng cellphone, tamang tao naman.
Oo, tama naman. Tinatandaan ko naman. At saka
Pagbalik mo.
usually, yung pinaka-agresibo, nakukuha, akin yan. Alam mo, sa kanya yung phone.
iPhone din yan. Uy, iPhone din yan. Wala na akong pakialam. Coming from an end, from like people who organize, people who run concerts and whatnot, we do appreciate that you wanna preserve the moment. You wanna make something special out of it, but we don't like that you take the performance, especially if it's a play. That's why. If you go out and watch Singing in the Rain's coming out in August, if you go out and watch that, we won't allow you to actually take photos of the set because there's actually licensing of the set itself.
Yeah.
So you can't just take photos of that because they're paid for. And also, you can't take video or photos of the performers because then why would you do that? You'll ruin the whole play for everybody else, you know? Also, when it comes to concerts, as somebody that has seen his glory day of going to a concert every week, seriously, you're gonna spend thousands of pesos just to stand like that for X amount of minutes. Oh, shameless plugging. Yeah, for X amount of minutes.
And for what
you know.
too, when there's YouTube where you can see the live recordings and well-recorded versions of the songs that you may be seeing live right now.
I know, ayun nga eh. Pero you want to be there to really, if you're gonna spend that much money to sit up front, be there for the experience. When we said that in Ticket World, we're not selling just plain old tickets. We're selling the experience of being there. And you may have preserved it on your phone, but were you really living in the moment? And I think that's what's not with us anymore in technology, social media, blah blah blah. We're so busy refreshing Twitter, Instagram, blah blah. We forget about the moment. Yeah, you worry yourself about how well you can get an Instagram, how worried you are to get that perfect image. But really, did you really appreciate the moment, or did you just appreciate how many likes this would get?
I think it also depends on the kind of culture that we have now where, see, I was at that concert, where you?
Yeah.
So more than anything, more than preservation, more than keeping the memory, it's become a culture of appreciate me because I am here, I am doing this is who I am, more than just a human being.
Yeah. And I think this is a great way to wrap up the show because going from Titas to whatever. But I think you can take some advice from this from you. Just from the Titas topic. Whatever anybody says to you, whatever you see anybody doing, no matter if it's a compliment hidden as if it's a diss hidden as a compliment, no matter if it's a compliment hidden as a diss, just be you. I think you're gonna walk away with every week with just you do you, sweetheart. You know,
Yeah.
Just be you. Like last week, we told Michael, it's not your name. Just do you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sana you still know how to spell your name. Just do you, buddy. Just do you. Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. Live vicariously through social media,
I
but
like
choose
that. Spell
to
nga.
VIC. Talaga yun sa spell ko. Through Twitter, but choose the kind of...
Such a dork.
What is so dork about the word vicariously? People use it all the time.
Okay. You're gonna spell it out. Go. Go, Joyce Pring.
Okay.
Go. Ang sakit na.
VIC.
Hindi, wag mo na i-spell. I'm just gonna try to get out. Ang sakit ng likod ko eh.
RIOUSLY.
Okay, mamaya ka spell check.
I think
Saan
that's
ang
correct.
likod ko?
But if you're gonna take anything from the Titas or Amigas of Manila, it will be to use whatever resources that you have in the world, may it be social media or might be your eyes, your ears, your mind, that are able to perceive and listen and see all of these things for the better and not for the worse, because there's always those two options. And I'm gonna quote her for the second time around tonight. Dr. Maya Angelou said, "You don't even have to ask what is good and what is bad. You know what is good, just do good."
All right. Well, thank you guys very much for tuning in this week. Make sure you stick around because From the Stands is coming up next if you're on the website. So do stick around. They're going to be streaming tonight. They're going to be streaming live also at one time. 8:30? 8:30. So there you guys go. So they're going to be on in like 10 or so minutes. This depends how fast we get out of here. If they can get the stretcher up the stairs from the back. All right. Here we go.
And thank you to John Robert Powers for making this episode happen. We make it happen.
Yes, thank you very much, John Robert Powers. We'll see you again next week.
Goodbye, my friend. See you next time. Goodbye, goodbye. Thank you, NMF TV. We love you.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.